Have you ever noticed how a smell can suddenly remind you of a place, a person, or a moment from your past? So, that instant reaction isn't random, it's pure physiology. Welcome to Pharma Palette. In this video, we are going to understand the physiology of olfaction in a very simple step by step way using clear explanations, neat diagrams, and exam oriented points. So, if you're someone preparing for exams and want concepts that actually stay in your mind, you are in the right place. So let's start and see how our brain recognizes something as simple and powerful as smell. So the physiology of olfaction, olfactory perception, or the sense of smell means the same. So here it is generally mediated by the specialized sensory cells. So they are present in the nasal cavity. Coming back to the definition, what happens in this olfaction is there are odorous molecules. So this odor molecules will be stimulating the olfactory receptors, due to which the signals will be transmitted into the brain. So in the brain, the smell will be perceived or it is noticed. So what you will be writing in the definition? So it is simply the process by which the odorous molecules stimulate the olfactory receptors and the signals are transmitted to the brain where the smell is perceived is called as the olfaction. So coming back to the structures involved in this physiology of olfaction are, so in this it will be having the olfactory epithelium. It is simply the roof of the nasal cavity. Then it has olfactory receptor neurons, which are also called as the bipolar neurons. Then it has supporting cells, basal cells, olfactory glands, olfactory bulb. Olfactory glands can also be called as Bowman's glands. Then it has olfactory tract and also olfactory cortex. This can also be called as the temporal lobe. So these are the structures that are involved in the physiology of olfaction. So coming back to the physiology part, so the first step is entry of odorant molecules. So here the substances which are volatile, that can be chemicals or any other odorous substances, they will be entering into the nasal cavity during the process of inhalation. Then they finally reaches the olfactory epithelium. So this process happens in the first step. So here you should remember one thing, that the substances which are dissolved in the mucus can only stimulate the smell. So, coming back to the second step in the physiology is the dissolution in the mucus. Already in the first step, we have discussed that. So, the substances which are dissolved in the mucus can only stimulate the smell. So, what happens here? The mucus will be generally secreted by the Bowman's glands. So, once the mucus is secreted, this odorous molecules will be dissolving in the mucus. Thereby, it goes and contact with the olfactory cilia. So normally this mucus, it will be protecting from the epithelial damage. Mucus generally protects from the epithelial damage. So coming back to the third step, so what all points will be including here? The third step is the stimulation of olfactory receptor cell. Here this will be having the olfactory neurons which will be having the cilia, that is non-motile. So the odorant molecules will be binding to the specific receptor proteins that are present on the cilia, and each receptor will be responding to many odors differently. So coming back to the fourth step and the most important step in this is the signal transduction. So that means here the odorant molecules will be binding to the receptor. So once they get bound to the receptor, this G protein, which we can also call it as golf, this G protein will be getting activated. Once the G protein gets activated, this will be converting this ATP. This adenylate cyclase will be converting the ATP to CAMP. Once after this activation, this CAMP will be causing the opening of the sodium and calcium channels. When the sodium and calcium channels are opened, they will be entering inside the cell, due to which there it causes the depolarization. Due to this depolarization, the action potentials will be generated. So let me just repeat it once again. So signal transduction means here the odorant molecules will be binding to the receptor, due to which the G protein will be getting activated. So here the adenylate cyclase will be converting this ATP to CAMP. This CAMP will be causing the opening of this calcium and sodium channels, due to which these elements will be entering inside the cell, causing depolarization, finally leading to the action potential generation. So chemical signals are converted into electrical signals. So that is the signal transduction. So coming back to the fifth step, it is called as transmission of olfactory bulb. So normally the action potentials are generated in the previous step. Now this action potentials, they will be passing through the axons of the olfactory neurons through the scribriform plate of the ethmoid bone, due to which the synapse will be happening with the mitral cells in the olfactory bulb. So after the synapse occurs, this will be forming some structures which are called as glomeruli. So sixth step is the olfactory tract pathway. The mitral cells axons will be forming this olfactory tract. Here the impulses will be traveled from the primary olfactory cortex, then reaches the limbic system, finally reaches the hypothalamus. So that means the olfaction is linked with emotions and memories. So the last step is the perception of the smell. So normally the brain will be interpreting the impulses. So it interprets the impulses as the type of smell, the intensity of smell, pleasant or unpleasant smell. So the brain interrupt the impulses as type of smell, intensity of smell, whether it is pleasant or unpleasant smell. So there is one unique feature in this, that is there is initially there will be no thalamic relay. So initially there is no thalamic relay. That is the unique feature of this perception of smell. So this is the simple trick to remember the complete physiology of olfaction. So just remember I smell good, where I means it is inhalation, the first step. Then second, S means it is solubility in the mucus. M means it is membrane receptor binding. E means electrical signal. L means it is lamina cribrosa. L means it is limbic system. G means it is glomeruli. O means it is olfactory cortex. O means it is odor perception. Then D means is finally detection of the smell. So just remember this trick so that you will remember complete physiology. So this portion we can call it as the palate. So this area is simply the nasopharynx. So this part we can call it as the nasal cavity. So we can also zoom this particular part. So in the physiology, we have seen some cribriform plate and all. So this is the exact location that we can see in the diagram. So if you can't understand the sentence directly, you can come here, check it out the diagram. You can also draw this diagram for it. And that's the physiology of olfaction, explained in a way that's easy to understand and easy to revise. If this video helped you, do like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Pharma Palette. In the next video, we will move on to ear, where we will cover the complete anatomy of ear with clear diagrams and exam focused notes. Until then, take care, keep revising, and remember, once you understand the concept, memorizing becomes easy.